is part 4, actually the review video of the Bridgerton season 3 series for at least the first part of it. If this is your first time watching, my name is Bridget Reed. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist associate, and I've been doing these series leading up to the launch of the Bridgerton Netflix series that came out yesterday. And for some reason I thought it came out Friday, and I kept on telling you guys Friday, and I was supposed to have like 5 videos. This is going to be the last video. Okay, I don't know how I had Friday in my head when it came out Thursday. Okay, so I spent all day yesterday, instead of uploading a video, watching it, because again, I thought it was coming out Friday, but it came out Thursday, which was just fine. So I've been paralleling some themes about marriage and family, in marriages and family, that you can learn from, and that we can learn from, and have a conversation about what you need to make sure is going on as you enter marriage or as you evolve in your own current relationship, and some common things that come up, right? And so I went ahead and uploaded those videos. You can go back and look at them. It's part 1, part 2, part 3 of different things that we talked about, and we'll be talking more about these themes and some more of these themes. But I did identify quite a few things that come up in marriage and family therapy that I want to talk to you about. So today's video is going to be about kind of like my response video to it, based on after I watched it. Okay, buckle up, because I have some interesting thoughts about it. And yeah, we're not drawing any parallels today. There's actually only one parallel that I'm drawing in terms of real life things that we can learn from. That's at the end. But most of this video is just going to be telling you guys like my thoughts on the video. Warning, a small spoiler alert. While I am not able to share what actually happened in the movie, there are parts of it that I am going to talk about. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this. Go watch it and then come back and watch it, okay? Okay, y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, y'all, so first things first, there were a lot of creative things. I mean, a lot of creative things about the movie the series that I loved. One of my favorite creative things, and I posted this on my threads and my X, formerly Twitter, page, is how I'm here for Queen Charlotte's hairstyles. Like, whoever is over Queen Charlotte's hair, I'm like, ma'am, that y'all did that in that movie. Like, wow. I'm here for Queen Charlotte's hair all day long. The different versions of her hair, I feel like it just represents Black women and how we change our hair so much. But it's so beautiful and creative. It was just over the top. It was just like, wow, I'm here for her hair, right? It was just its own personality. Queen Charlotte's hair is like a separate character in the movie. So I'm just saying, I just love that. And I love the outfits too. Like, just what they choose to come in with is just beautiful. These beautiful gowns that they're just so regal, right? And so it was like their normal way of just going about every day was in these beautiful gowns. Some of them like toned down, but then they were like, when they went to the balls, they were toned up. So I just thought that was really cool. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, Miss Shondaland. Why only 4 episodes? Like, now I get it. There's probably some business contract stuff behind the scenes, writers issues that's going on that we don't even know about. So everybody was wanting a series out as soon as possible, and it was like either 4 episodes or no episodes. So that might have been it, but I'm like, man, wish you guys could have released it like next week instead of a whole month. It's just, that's the only thing. I don't know. It might be some behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about, but that's just like, only 4. It was a bummer. It was a bummer because I'm just like, oh, that's it? All this time we only get 4. Okay, another one's coming out, but like, Anyway, so yeah, that was a bummer, just watching it and realizing like this is the last episode for a whole month. Yay. Other than that, there were some caricature of themes that I literally could identify. I could hear and feel some of the people that may be watching this almost doing like a strong eye roll at some of this stuff. Some of the character of themes are like the marriage and finding a husband, right? It's very obvious that this movie highlights that as like the goal of the society, or the goal of being a part of the ton. Also, this idea of having children like right after you get married. Like the goal is, okay, we were married, now let's produce an heir, as they call it in the movie. And I could see, if you're not aware that the over focus of these things is a part of the artistry of this movie or this series, it can be off-putting in our society that already has people and has tons of singles really struggling to find relationships and somebody to marry. And they're also having a hard time with this idea of marriage. So these over focus of caricatures of these themes, I can see how it can be very off-putting to certain people, because it's like, okay, this movie is really focusing on marriage and family. It's really focusing on this idea of finding your mate. There are some other sub-themes like choosing love over logic type of thing, like definitely with Penelope and her situation that she got going on. And so, yeah, I think about what comes up in my session sometimes, and I'm like, I'm kind of cringing. I hope that the people that struggle with those things, that they don't watch this and get triggered in some of those areas because of the over focus on these areas. And if you don't know that is also part of the artistry of the whole series, of the Bridgerton series. It's like a part of it, right? I think that could be off-putting to some people. I did find myself like kind of like, ooh, help, just knowing what people are going through out there. So there's that. And then I found myself like busting out laughing. I found myself busting out laughing at certain parts of the movie. Like, seriously. I found myself laughing during where Lord Kilmartin and Lady Bridgerton, like when they just were silent at each other, and like, this is like, okay, this is a thing, okay? They were just sitting and the family was in the background watching. I was laughing because how often do, when your family is like, are you getting married? Are you dating? How often are they kind of like looking, and people are like so interested. It's so like in your business when you start dating somebody. And it's just so funny to me because I'm just like, that is so like family, like just staring in the background trying to figure out what is going on. I laughed. It was just funny. The other thing that I laughed about was the over obvious theme of interracial marriage. And while I absolutely love what she's saying and what she's doing, I was like, seriously, like it's almost like, it was like very in your face. And I said, Shonda Land is on a mission to create a theme and to change culture. And while that is absolutely a beautiful thing to do, I just laughed at when it was like so obvious and in your face that is what she's doing. It's like you wasn't hiding it at all, sis. You ain't trying to calmly introduce this theme. You're not trying to like naturally let it happen. It's just like boom. And I just like when Lady Danbury's brother, when he got introduced, and how it's like something like happening with that and the mom Bridgerton and him. I laughed at when Lord Kilmartin came into the picture, and I was just like, that's awesome. And then I'm like picking up on things with Eloise, and I'm just like, I wonder if she's bisexual. Like it's like kind of leading me down that thought of wondering if they're going to produce a bisexual Eloise, the way she's interacting with the best friend, or even if she does have an interest in her, like, it doesn't seem like it's both ways. And so that's another thing. But Shonda Land is on a mission, y'all, and it's very obvious in this movie. Okay, so the next one, the Viscountess and the Viscount, Lady Sharma and Anthony Bridgerton, I believe it is. They're definitely my least favorite couple right now. It just feels like their chemistry is super forced and overdone. I don't know what it is, but the more and more series that the Bridgerton producers come out with, it just, the dramatic effect of these kisses and the passion really do seem forced and like something out of a soap opera sometimes. And it was just something about Daphne and the Duke that was very natural, and their passion was very natural. And I don't know if it was like our first time seeing it, and maybe that played into the count. But maybe one of the reasons why Reggie Jean-Pierre, I think his name is, won't come back, because he really does know like this is going to eventually fade out, like the dramatic effect of it. I kind of do see that kind of fading out, almost like, okay, we expect a passionate kiss right now, and we already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna come up to his, and then and then you're gonna embrace, right? It's like count to 3 and embrace. It's like, okay, when you can almost count the steps and then the kiss, that's when it starts to become very unnatural. I don't know if it's the acting. I don't know if they need some more classes, but a couple people in the movie, it's very, very, very obvious that they, this is about to happen, and this is like, I don't know. You practice that, right? You practice that. Okay. Well, other than that, in terms of marriage and family and anything, like I said at the beginning, that you can grasp out of this particular series right now, is the same thing that I talked about in the last 3 videos. If you haven't watched the last 3 videos on the themes that I have identified in the series before this one, and this one actually, go look at them, because I think that's important and you'll learn something from it. Also, there were tons of enmeshed boundaries. So what is an enmeshment? Enmeshment is in a family system, because the family is a system. It's a unit. When you have enmeshed boundaries, basically you don't know when one life ends and the other begins. It's so enmeshed that everybody affects each other in a way where it's almost like that's your life. Like, you are so involved with that person's life, it feels like your life. You're so involved. And definitely as children get older, there needs to be some type of separation of independence, so that they can live their own lives, and that yes, you can be a voice of reason and wisdom, but you're not so enmeshed in their lives. And it does seem like Lady Bridgerton, the mom Bridgerton, does that a lot, and a lot of these different people, even Lady Danbury, even Queen Charlotte, like they get involved so deeply to where it's just like a boundary thing, right? And I think even Mom Bridgerton, admittedly so, said that we're all involved in our children's lives. Like, yeah, well, you may need to go find a hobby like that. Like, let them live. Like, let them live and make their own mistakes and come to you for advice. Like, there is an unhealthy version of enmeshment that is very common in families. So that's the only thing, is like, if you have that in your family, like, that's something to work out. But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching my series. I'll see you guys next month. Again, my name is Bridget Reed, licensed marriage and family therapist associate. You can follow me online or visit the URL in my description above. I would love to know your thoughts. Please comment below, like and subscribe, hit your notification bell, bing, bing, bing. And there'll be more videos. I'm gonna be doing more themes on not only like cultural movies that come out, but also just things that can help you in your relationship as you move forward. So yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts or any particular questions you have that I can answer for you. All right, have a good one.